Well, it appears that support for the war in the North is starting to waver a little bit. Lincoln's talking about conscription. Hello and welcome to Civil War in Hindsight. I'm Lieutenant Tommy. With me, as always, is Prospector Johnny. And Prospector, it's a new month.
Yes,
it's
sir.
August, new month, new week. You might notice something a little
yes.
different here in front of me. This came
What
across
is
the desk for the Ordnance Department for review. It's called a repeating rifle, a Henry repeating rifle. Apparently, you put
What's that
more
shit
than
at the bottom?
yeah, you put more than one bullet in it, and you move this little thing around, and it like shooty bang bangs real fast.
More than just you don't
one
have to
shot
load
at a
each one.
time. It's like
you just have a
it's like a revolver, but for like a rifle, and but there's like 15 bullets in there. It's crazy. We're gonna review this, and actually, if you're interested, check out Historic Hindsight on TikTok. We've already got a video on that bad boy up there, so you can see that whole thing. Shooty, fire. But Johnny, let's get into this week. All right, you ready?
okay. I guess. Yeah, I'm a little blown away by this advancement in
technology.
Technology we have. This is going to change the war. Are we going to get some of these?
Well, we're reviewing it. We're going to see if it's military appropriate. I suspect that if we can get 100,000 of these in the troops of our hands of our troops,
that should be it.
War's over, right? So
I mean, it'd be like 150,000 or whatever.
We got
bullets.
Yeah, we got to see if it even works. Though it could just be one of these
gimmick things.
Gimmick things. It doesn't actually
snake oil.
Yeah, snake. It could be a snake oil thing here.
Yeah, probably that. But
yeah,
because good God, we both know this war's going on forever.
At this point, I'm not hopeful. But in any case, Johnny, this month is going to open up with some light skirmishing through Missouri at Ozark, Grand River, and Carrollton, Missouri. Trader President Davis is going to continue to write letters complaining to Lee that the North is committing atrocities against civilians, including the enlistment of slaves to fight in the Union. How dare us?
Wait, I'm sorry. You know what? I'm guessing he's not wrong about the Union committing atrocities, but recruiting your former slaves to fight against you is not an atrocity. That's an opportunity.
That's an opportunity cost.
We're giving them a chance.
And speaking of that, Johnny, federal official in South Carolina, one of those federal people that we put involved in charge of a state that we don't actually have control over. But anyways, one of those guys, he's going to say that he's going to issue papers of freedom to any slave that would be legally enlist themselves in the Union Army. So,
okay. So they join the Army and they're a free man.
Now, I have to preface here that as of right now, Lincoln's thoughts on this are likes to use them as potential labor force, but not necessarily so keen on actually giving them guns just yet. But
why?
You have to ask Lincoln. We'll get there. I don't know.
Can
yeah, sure. Write him a letter.
You got an in?
Yeah, I mean, I do not have an in.
Hook me up with a telegraph or something.
Apparently,
because I got some questions for this.
Apparently, a second lieutenant stationed out in Indiana has surprisingly has no contact with him.
But you gotta lose Lincoln. Lincoln spent like 2 weeks here or something when in his childhood, so he's basically from Indiana.
Yeah, basically from Indiana. Yep. On the 2nd of August here, Johnny, General Pope is going to move his army towards Orange Courthouse and skirmish with the Confederates there, while McClellan's going to make an offensive move and retake Malvern Hill in Virginia.
Stop. Back up. What?
You're right. Yeah.
Who?
McClellan
made an
offensive move where he's going to cross the river and go take back over Malvern Hill. The hill that he had in control a couple weeks ago. Yeah, he's going to go take it back.
Take back what I lost.
Yeah.
No, don't push forward at all. Don't do anything, but I liked that hill.
And with both...
He probably had a tree he sat under that he liked a lot or some shit.
And with both McClellan and Pope's armies moving in Virginia, maybe... Grand Commander General Halleck will get these two armies to coordinate their movements to cut off Lee and end this whole fucking army, just end it. You got an army in the north, you got an army to the south, let's cut them off.
Can we please get rid of this Bobby Lee guy?
But I highly doubt it, because speaking of Halleck, he's going to order McClellan on the 3rd to move his army of the Potomac towards Aqua Landing near Fredericksburg, where he will aid in the defense of Washington to attempt to distract Lee's army from Pope's army. So instead of moving McClellan in a position to attack Lee, in addition to Pope attacking Lee We're just going to recall McClellan back to Washington.
So I'm starting to see where McClellan gets his cowardice from.
Halleck doesn't seem to be doing any better.
Like, we're not defending here, folks. Like, they broke away and they're like, we want to be our own country, and we're like, no, we need your cotton still, so we're gonna take you back. Like, we're not on the defensive. We have to go get shit.
Yeah, we got to go get it
back. We have to take it back. Like, it was ours. We had it. Y'all paid your taxes and stuff. Not enough, but
we're not getting it, Johnny.
We need it back.
McClellan is going to protest this order, saying that he would like to remain in the peninsula to threaten Richmond, where he is comfortable doing nothing, because that's what he's been doing this whole war anyways, is in the peninsula doing a whole
Welcome to leadership in the war.
But finally, we do have some good news here, Johnny, as the federal steamer Santiago de Cuba, it's going to chase down and capture the British vessel Columbia. Bear with me here. I know I said British vessel here, but bear with me.
Yeah. But they gave it to
that British vessel is carrying 12 pieces of artillery and several thousand Enfield rifles and other munitions that are destined for the Confederacy. So this is a boat that's supposed to go back to supply.
The Queen has betrayed us?
The Queen has betrayed us.
Why would she do that to a country that betrayed them and left?
Well, I think she's just selling.
Bankrupted them.
Hey, you got gold.
She needs some money.
Yeah,
old England does.
And so the Santiago de Cuba is going to capture it, and now those artillery pieces and several thousand Enfields and ammunition and stuff that goes with it is now U.S. property.
Some concern. We don't want to make Britain mad again, right? Like, it's one thing just them, but if it's just them and also an entire force inside of our country that's trying to destroy us,
they are crossing a picket line, so to speak, a blockade. So at this point, there's no. I think a Crown could be mad all they want, but in the global community, this isn't like an active war. Yeah, like you knew you shouldn't have sold.
We intercepted them supplying our enemy, and so it wasn't an attack on them.
Yeah,
it was just us defending our.
You sold weapons and munition to a country that you yourself don't acknowledge as.
That's not a country. Yeah, that's fake, made up, make believe, fairy tale land.
Belligerent nation.
Yeah. Yeah.
On the 4th here of August, Johnny, dictator Lincoln is going to take a page out of Traitor President Davis's book by issuing orders of conscription. Unlike Traitor President Davis, though, this isn't of every able-bodied man that has a pulse in the North. He is calling specifically
Is it just the poor folk?
He's calling for a specific draft of about 300,000 men to be enlisted in militias to serve 9 months or until discharged.
So 9 months until affinity.
Yeah, 9 months or until discharge. Yeah.
9 months or maybe 5 years. Who knows? Because this war could be going on for a while.
Could be going on for a minute.
Just hope you survive long enough to see the end of your conscription.
He's also going to order that the military get rid of incompetent persons holding commissions and promote worthy officers. And I have one officer very much in mind that he can remove, but guess who he's not removing, Johnny?
He is going to do what? He is going to say we're going to remove the people who are
incompetent
at their jobs?
Yes. But then he doesn't. Because McClellan.
He's hiring them all.
He just promoted a Halleck 2 weeks ago who's just like, meh. Sit back on your haunches and we'll wait.
So this is really I see through this. This is really so he can get rid of anybody he wants who, I don't know, said a bad thing about him and just say he's incompetent.
I think you might be onto that.
He's got to go. He's incompetent.
Yeah, you might be onto
really, that. He just said I was acting a little bit like a dictator, but we're going to say he's incompetent. We're going to fire him. Probably our only good general. And I know. We'll just have McClellan or Halleck take over command of this.
Yep.
God.
General Burnside, one of our better generals up to this point, he's going to move his army of North Carolina, his North Carolina Corps, he's going to move them up to Virginia to assist Pope against Lee. So now we have effectively 3 fucking armies that can take on Lee, and
we get him.
That's probably not going to happen because we have Halleck going, go defend Washington and do nothing. Anyway, Johnny, busy day here on
Nobody realizes that this Bobby Lee dude's just taken over he's kicking our ass a little bit, Tommy. Like
Well, I mean, he's defended well enough. Like, I don't know necessarily.
Well,
kick
yeah,
their ass at this
and we
point.
don't need people defending well enough, Tommy. We have to get rid of those people.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair point there, Johnny. Busy day here on the 4th because also dictator Butler, way down in Nolens, he's going to charge the city of New Orleans $341,916 to provide for the poor. So he's saying there's too many poor on the streets of Nolens, and he's going to charge the city itself $341,000 to fix that issue, and I'm sure every penny of that money is going to go to feeding the poor
That
in the city.
could feed the poor of America. That's obscene amounts of money.
Well, he did just find $80,000 of gold a couple of weeks ago. That I'm sure all of that. I'm sure it was only $80,000 of gold.
Oh, yeah,
I'm sure
yeah,
it wasn't
yeah.
like $180,000.
Oh yeah, now look, this $250,000 worth of gold I found.
Yeah.
Oh look, $80,000
of gold I found. And Johnny, this day is still not over, as a delegation from Indiana is going to present 2 regiments of colored troops to Lincoln, who's going to respond, yeah, thanks for them, but they're not. I would love them for their labor, but I'm not going to use them as a military force. So,
has anybody whispered in Lincoln's ear that just using colored troops for labor is literally the exact same thing as slavery?
Yeah, that's not great. And again, we just called for like 300,000 new troops. Well, here's 2,000 volunteers that were just marched to your capital.
And also, you know what? Very able-bodied, very fit, very angry volunteers.
Yeah, people who
very
might have
willing to
a reason to want to
probably
fight. Yeah.
push back against the fake nation that has enslaved their family for generations.
Yeah.
Maybe use them.
As labor is what
jackass.
Lincoln is saying here. That's a way to go, Lincoln. Your legacy is just spotless here.
He's not gonna have a legacy. Good God, nobody's gonna he's gonna be remembered as just a tyrant and an inept leader. This is ridiculous.
Very much so, Johnny. It's been a few weeks, but on the 5th, we have a legit battle. In an attempt to regain some control of the Mississippi, 2,600 Confederates underneath a Major General John C. Breckinridge are going to attack 2,500 Federals underneath a General Thomas Williams at Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
So this is a John versus Tom battle?
It's a Johnny versus Tom battle.
Let's get it, Tommy. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
What you got?
Johnny versus Tommy. Through dense fog, the Confederates are going to attempt to surprise the Union forces, but that surprise is ruined when the entire army is spotted by a couple of Union pickets who are like, "Army's coming."
Hey, guys, they're marching this way.
Pickets do their job. They're like, "Hey, Union."
Hey, Jim was
Wake
just
up.
taking a piss and saw a bunch of them walking right this way.
Yep.
They're coming.
Union are going to set their lines just at the city's edge, and it's pretty much a stand-up fight between both sides. When attempting to order a counterattack, General Thomas Williams, my namesake, Tommy here, is going to be killed.
Oh.
So not great for...
Well, God rest your soul, Tommy.
Not great for my namesake here. And a Colonel Thomas W. Calhill is going to take command. Now, Colonel
Another
Calhill...
one? Why you got so many Tommies around here?
Right, there's another Tommy. Tommy Calhill, he's going to move the entire Union line back towards the river's edge, where Union gunboats are going to cut the shit out of Breckinridge's forces as they come up. Because when you have artillery sitting on a boat,
and they're just
use the artillery sitting on a boat. Just cut them down as they walk up. Artillery cover. Good use here. And that's going to pretty much send you, Johnny, your namesake, Breckinridge. He's going to go back out the way he came. He's going to withdraw a few miles back towards Port Hudson on the bluffs, where he's going to begin to fortify a position there. During this battle, the first one that we've had in several weeks, he's going to lose 84 killed, 266 wounded, and 33 missing to Confederates, 84 killed, 315 wounded, and 57 captured or missing.
I mean, good God, this is
much
identical.
like
Numbers.
damn near identical. Yeah. A little bit more wounded and missing on the Confederate side, but yeah, it's a wash.
I mean, that's literally almost like it's
identical
plus
kill.
or minus
identical
5,
kill,
and you're in the same ballpark.
Yep. The CSS Arkansas, that ironclad secret weapon that was going to save the Mississippi here for the Confederates.
Oh, right, yeah. They slapped some metal on a boat that they had laying around.
Yep.
How'd that do?
It was supposed to aid in the battle, but problems with the steam engine delayed its approach, and
shucks.
it did not make it in time.
So you're telling me that they added a ton of weight to a boat by just bolting steel onto it, and then that engine could no longer keep up with the additional weight pushing it through, and it started to have some issues and shut down on them. That's shocking.
Shocking. Well, Johnny, that shockingness is going to spell the end for the CSS Arkansas, because on the 6th of August, Federal ironclad USS Essex is going to accompany 4 other vessels and attack the Arkansas at the Baton Rouge area in the Mississippi. As with the prior day, Arkansas's engines are going to fail, making her a sitting duck in the water, where she is going to quickly catch fire as she's bombarded on all sides by Union gunboats.
One day later, one day after having engine failure, they had, Billy come in and take a look at the engine. He's like, "Oh, I got it running again. It's good. We're set." And then they drove it a couple miles, and then
it failed again.
Oh well, damn, crapped out again.
Yep. Pretty much.
Did we sink it, or did we just
she is she does not she does not stay very well after she catches on fire. Abandoned ship is given, and she's blown to smithereens to sink at the bottom of the Mississippi, where she's going to lie forever. And that is now the last of the formidable warships on the Mississippi for the Confederates. They are now completely out of anything other than a dock with a couple of guns strapped to it. You got a rowboat with a swivel cannon, and that's about the best that the Confederates can muster now on the Mississippi.
Am I the only one who doesn't want to be in a rowboat when a cannon fires?
I don't think I'd want
that. Seems like just such a bad spot to be.
The CSS Arkansas, the secret weapon here, lasted just 23 days in its entire military usage here. It did prove to be a formidable annoyance in those 23 days, but...
okay, yeah, so it was annoying.
Yeah, for 23 days.
Hey, you know what you don't need to be in a war is annoying. You have to be successful.
Yeah. It was not... It has a reputation, but it's not,
What, for being shit and having his engine die?
That's what it should be, yeah. While up near Washington, war meetings are held in northern cities to drum up enlistment so that the whole 300,000 men draft thing doesn't have to happen. And it looks
all right. So they're trying to avoid...
Like, the support's turning the way. People heard a draft, and they're like, we don't really want that. Like, maybe we can find 300,000.
So maybe try to encourage some young idiots to go off and join. You know what they should do?
Get the Irish that are coming off the boats?
No. I was going to say if they sent, recruitment officers into, school buildings or something.
Oh. I was just thinking we just get them
and
off
they could tell them that they have a great opportunity for them in the military, and then, I don't know, the military can, pay for... education afterwards or something.
But that's our white school children. You're missing the opportunity of countless immigrants coming over on the boats right now. All we got to do is set them right there at the docks, and when they get off the boat, be like, you got a job yet? Nope, you do now, U.S. Army.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. No, I do like that too.
That seems... we don't have to get our school children to
But some of the people coming over are no doubt going to be doctors, lawyers, master carpenters, people that are valuable to our country.
We don't need them.
High school students, who cares about them? So send them to war.
I'm pretty sure we both have high school children at home right now.
Nope.
Well, or just out of high school.
You're just out of graduate school. He finished, so he's in the clear, and my other one's too young, so
there you go.
He's not going to be up for. He's going to be 10 in November, so he's not going to be ready for conscription for 3-4 more years.
To be fair, both my 3 boys are underneath 18, so yeah, as long as we're good.
There you go.
As long as the war doesn't last.
Get them high school seniors, boys. Let's go.
As long as the war doesn't last 2 more years, I'm okay.
Not a chance of that.
And Johnny, these dirty rebel guerrillas are going to kill a Union general by the name of Brigadier General Robert L. McCook when he is riding ill in an ambulance from Athens, Alabama to Dakar, Tennessee. They are straight up just assassinated this. We got a sick general. Yeah, he's got a good reputation there in the Ohio. He's got apparently these Ohio boys love him. But anyways, he's wounded. Not wounded. He's sick. He's traveling out of a combat zone to another area, and
that's a long ass drive.
Little wagon is going to get raided by Confederate guerrillas who are just going to straight up murder him. So thanks for that. And this week, Johnny, is going to finally come to an end on the 7th of August, when in the far, far west, Federals at Fort Fillmore in New Mexico territory are going to defeat Yeah, I know. It's a holdover to like shit that was going on months ago. So over in Fort Fillmore in New Mexico.
Do they feel like they're doing something out there? Are they out there like, yeah, we're fighting to preserve the Union?
Yeah, probably.
Or are they just like, we're bored?
I think they're bored.
Because they're not doing shit. What are they doing to preserve the Union?
Well, Johnny, these federal forces at Fort Fillmore are going to take out the remainder of the Confederates that were retreating from months-old fighting in Santa Fe. So as these troops, Confederate troops that were coming back towards Texas from Santa Fe, like in Fort Fillmore, they're like,
just going to just pick them off on the way.
Shot at you in the back as you're walking away.
Jesus, why? I mean, I guess, I don't know. It seems to me like anything west of the Mississippi needs to just
doesn't matter.
Be its own country. Do your own thing. I don't know. I know we got California out there or whatever the hell, but I don't know. Maybe just make it the
territories. You're not even states yet. Just like do your
They're
own
nothing.
thing.
It's just land and. I mean, what kind of good land is it at that? It's prairies and like there's buffalo and shit. And what are you doing out there?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know.
East of the Mississippi is the United States of America.
Yep.
As far as I'm concerned.
But well, that they're trying to participate, I guess. And Johnny, the very
good
final
for you. You're doing a great job of doing the
helping
union thing of being a dirty, dirty bastard and just killing them, shooting them in their back.
Final note here, Johnny. McClellan's going to pull back from Malvern Hill. So
what the?
That's it for this week in Civil War in Hindsight. If you enjoy Civil War in Hindsight, check out Historic Hindsight. We talk about all kinds of fun things like why the government has a secret cheese bunker and why repeating rifles were a thing at the Battle of Plevna.